What's up, fam? So I've been doing a lot of live streams lately because that was like the whole point of trying to do music, YouTube full time to like make music, and I've been making videos like tutorials and overviews and talking videos, these type of videos for, man, I've been on YouTube for almost 8 years now, which is insane to think about that I'm still trying to make it on YouTube. I'm not giving up yet. But during that time, I kind of lost sight, like, you know, what is the point of this? The music, always. The music is always the answer. So I feel like trying to figure out the setup and trying to, you know, follow what people want to watch and this and that, like, kind of like took me away from making music. This video kind of like went in a completely different direction. I'm about to talk about the SP-555, just hold on, okay? What I realized was that I haven't released like any music since January 2022, bruh. Like, what's going on here? So I have made a bunch of music, but I haven't like gone out of my way to name it, trim it, cut it, make an album cover for it. Like, you know, that's all extra steps. The last couple of days I've kind of been trying to like get it together and organize all the music that I've made these past 2 years that I haven't released any music. And I'm gonna be dropping a bunch of like cinematic, ambient type, electronic albums. I'm thinking about maybe dropping every Friday. I have so many albums lined up to drop and also so many other tracks that I need to edit to make albums. So it's just gonna be a lot of music coming out. And maybe you find yourself in a similar situation. Why aren't you releasing your music? Like, what's holding you back? Is it not edited? Do you think it's not good enough? Like, what is it that's holding you back from not releasing your music? Is it just procrastination and not like sitting down and doing the work? Because that's always a huge one. A lot of people think it's motivation and inspiration, but no, it's just sitting down and doing the work. And I guess this is a perfect time to shout out our sponsor, DistroKid. They are the reason that I like push myself to release so much music, because like only paying that small amount a year to be able to release as many songs and as many albums as you can, like possibly, it's just like literally all up to you. So I'm gonna be dropping so many albums before the end of the year, and you should definitely get on DistroKid, save 7%, use my code, and post your music. The world deserves to hear you. Okay, SP-555 time. I had an SP-555 before, but when I got it, like, I was still like hopeful that I could write full songs on the SP. And yes, it does have like a loop mode that is, you know, better or like existent, because the SP-404, the SX, and the MK2 don't even have a dedicated record button where you can make loops. I haven't messed with it. I messed with it like last time I had it, and I was never able to get like a perfect loop. Like, it was always extra steps that, you know, I can avoid just by making my beats elsewhere and then performing on the SPs, which is where the SPs shine. So a lot of people always ask me, Jade, MPC or SP? I'm an SP head, so I'm always gonna say SP. But when it comes to actually composing songs on the SP, like, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of extra steps, and it does come out really cool and different. Like, when you chop up samples on the SP itself, when you lift up your fingers from those pads when you're doing melodies, it kind of gives it like a sidechain effect, like a manual sidechain effect. So you don't really get that when writing in other pieces of hardware, but it's also a pain in the butt. I have not wrote like every single song on the SP, you know? I also perform a lot of tracks just like mangling effects. So why did I get another SP-555 when I already have an SX? And actually I just bought another SX that's limited edition. And an MK2, so why do you need all these SPs, Jade? Cause I'm an SP head, bruh. I can't help it. I just love having the SP effects, and I'm really starting to appreciate how each SP is different and they all sound like just a little bit different. So a lot of people complain about the SP-555 DJ effects mode, that it just does not sound as good as the SX or the 404 or even the MK2. That's when you're like, oh man, I need to make like a separate video about this, but I'm gonna make a separate video about it. But I'm really liking the DJ effects for like a specific thing, and also having direct access to both pages of effects, like just with one button. So like you just press over here and then you have bank A or B to play with your effects. So you don't have to be like scrolling like on the 404, hoping that you get it on the right effect, hoping that you don't get that distortion and overdrive. So yeah, that's another cool thing. Another cool thing about it, I mean, I'm not like trying to sell you on the 555, guys, okay? I'm just telling you why I got it, besides the fact that I'm obsessed with SP-404s, and it's my like main instrument besides my piano and my guitar. So I feel like I can problem solve a lot of my music stuff with the SPs, and that's just my workflow. I saw a video about SP Vids, why he got rid of his 555, and he said it was because it was made in mind for left-handed people, because, you know, the effects are on this side, so, you know, That's another reason I got it. I'm left-handed. And I think it's just like a real dope looking SP. Like if you look at the SP-505 and I believe, was there a 606? I don't remember. But they're both like fugly. Like this is just gorgeous. I mean, it looks like an actual SP. Like I feel like this goes great next to the 404. Again, do you need 2 SPs? No. Do you need 1 SP? No, you don't need nothing. You can just make music with sticks. Okay? You don't need anything. Just, you know, drill that in your brain first. These are just tools, okay? Toys. If you are gonna grab an SP and you're like, Jade, which one? 404, SX, SP-555, MK2, which one should I grab? I think, of course, you know, the MK2 is like a lot more capable than all the other ones. Like you can sample through USB. There's just so many updates. Like you get 2 bus effects, an internal effect, like for the input. Like there's a lot more going on the new SP. So like if you can splurge for the new SP, go for it. It's like having 2 SPs because of the buses. But if all you can afford is an SX or a 404, I would try to spend just a little bit more to get the SX because I do like being able to load like long sets with the memory card. So like the main difference between these old SPs, this one has the big memory card too, and like I'm gonna have to buy an adapter if I want to load things into it. I might just leave this one for effects, like just to use the input, and maybe load like maybe record directly some one shots so I don't have to like deal with all this slow loading. That's the main reason I got rid of my 404, because I just got it for the vinyl sim and I'm like, man, is it really worth it for the vinyl sim? Some people will tell you yes. Some people will be like, yes, 404 just for the vinyl sim. Maybe one day. But for now, like I have so many SPs, even 303, it's like, yes, a 303 compressor would be nice, but do I need a SP303 just for that? When the SP404 MK2 has an SP303 compressor, like emulator. So, you know, it's just wants, to be honest with you. Like, you don't really need more than 1 SP. At the end of the day, my personal opinion, the SP is best for performing effects. Like, having your finished songs, either putting your MPC through here or just loading your finished tracks onto here and then performing effects on them. That's what the SP is best for. It's not best for composing. It's possible. And again, it comes out very cool. I've made songs just on the SP. I might make some videos about how to compose on the SP. Keep an eye out on that. So this one is not battery powered compared to the other 404s. So, you know, there is that. Like, this is the stay at home chunky friend. The D-beam. Okay? Other reason why I got this thing. Like, this thing is so dope. It's cheesy at first, especially with the synth one. I'm gonna have some fun with this trigger one once I upload some samples. But right now, just using it for the filter or completely putting your hand on it to just mute it, because I do a lot of that when I perform. I'll like play, mute, or like, you know, completely silence everything, bring it back. Completely silence everything, bring it back. So now what I can do is I can turn on my noise on my 404 and then completely mute it. Boom. So, you know, more tips and tricks that you gotta keep an eye out to perform on the SP. That's it, guys. I hope this video made any sense to any of you trying to, you know, get into SP life and music making life. Lots of stuff going on, but not really. Just trying to figure out this YouTube thing, you know, because this is all we got going on, guys. So if this doesn't work out, I'm gonna have to go back to school, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm already in enough debt. 50K in debt. 50K in student debt. All right? Thumbs up for free student debt, because who's gonna pay for this? So support us sister on Patreon, because I'm not trying to get any more debt. I don't want to go back to school. I want to teach music, so support us sister on Patreon if you can. Check out my sample packs, guys. All that fun stuff. Stay fly, and I'll catch you in the next one.